Hey guys, hope you all have been well. Today's video is something that I've been working on for some time and I wanted to make sure that I got it down right. And it's going to be the ultimate natural glow foundation routine for those of us with extremely oily skin. I think a lot of us that are oily try to avoid glowy skin because we fear that it's eventually going to look like a disco ball on our face at the end of the day. However, I find that this routine can take me from hour 1 to about hour 8 and still at the end of that not look ridiculously oily. Granted, I live in a warm tropical environment. People who live in similar environments will have to deal with eventually getting oily, but I feel with this routine I can produce less oil and still look as fresh as I can given the number of hours that I've worn the makeup. What might work for me may not necessarily work for you, but I think that a routine like this is definitely worth sharing. Before we begin the video, I would like to mention that I will be putting this makeup look on Instagram if you're interested in what I have on my face. So check me out there if you haven't already. And with that said, let's get this video started. I don't normally moisturize because I produce so much oil already. For those of you that have to moisturize, my best tip is to use a gel moisturizer. A lot of the ones I use I buy from Korea, but I do know that Sephora does carry Korean brands and I'm pretty sure that there are some gel moisturizers out there in the Western stores. Now, if you feel like you have excess moisturizer, I personally think that you shouldn't let it wait to soak into your skin. What I like to do is I like to take a napkin. I just press away on my skin to get rid of the excess moisturizer, and that way you're not left with a greasy residue to build your foundation on top of. When it comes to primer, find the right primer for you. Everyone has different needs. For me, I like something that can fill in my pores and as well as mattify my skin. So I have two different options. The Makeup Forever is just for my pores, and then the Becca one, which I used in the video, mattifies my skin and fills in my pores. I really like that one, but I will mention that it is rather mattifying. It mattifies instantaneously and some people may not be a fan of that, so maybe get a sample beforehand, but I really do like the way it lasts on my skin. I can't say which foundation is going to work best for you. I can tell you which ones I like. Revlon Colorstay is a really good long-lasting foundation. I like the Estee Lauder Doublewear. That's what I'm going to be using in this video. Those two I feel are my favorite long-lasting foundation. I think that is the ultimate key, is finding that right long-wearing foundation that you can trust to hold you from hour 1 to however many hours you need to wear it for. Now here is part 1 of glowy skin. It's to use an illuminator, not to be confused with an oil. I know that a lot of dry skin people like to put oil into their foundation. I would not recommend it for those of us out there with oily skin because that again will build upon the oil you're going to produce naturally. So with illuminators, they kind of blend into your foundation and the shimmery particles in it will illuminate the skin. Some people like really heavy illuminators. I, on the other hand, like to use the Charlotte Tilbury one. It's just, I think it's the perfect amount of glow to my skin. I don't want to be overly glowy because, again, I live in a humid environment. I will eventually produce quite a bit of oil. So I really want to make the glow kind of more subdued and then my skin will naturally build upon it. And I just put it directly onto the foundation in a strip form so that when I dab it, I'm getting a little bit of foundation and a little bit of the illuminator. Another tip that I would like to touch upon is to avoid putting foundation underneath your eyes. I think if you really need a mattifying foundation to kind of create a base before putting concealer, then that's fine, but I find that the more layers of foundation or liquid product you put on your face, the easier it is for it to crease. So what I did in the video is I put my foundation everywhere on my face and really avoided underneath my eye, and that way when I put my concealer on, I don't have 2 layers of base makeup. Powder can make or break glowy skin. I know with us oily skin people, we want to pack on the powder to avoid oiliness. And so I feel like this kind of seals the glowy look for a very oily skin person. Bake where you need to bake only. So for me, you can see that I took the powder, the loose powder, and I set underneath here. I also took it here on my smile lines, and to really get into the lines, I kind of like push it out just so that I make sure that product really gets in there. When you're trying to bake and your purpose is to avoid creases showing, the best thing to do is to roll the product into it. Sometimes we just kind of pounce in and we do that just to set, but if you're using it for fine lines, really roll the product in so that it kind of sticks in there. And I feel like that really takes up the creasing protection like just another notch. And I do that here, and up here because I do have fine lines in this area. Now what do you do with the rest of the face? Use like a sheeny powder. For me, my favorite one is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural. My color is in medium dark and I've been using that forever. Anytime I use this powder, it produces this amazing natural glow like no other. Again, I need to reiterate, do not go heavy on the glow in the beginning. You're eventually gonna get there. Sometimes I see people who do these videos, and nothing against them, maybe it works for them, but I'm talking for like us extremely oily people or people who live in very warm environments. You can't just look like a metallic goddess and expect it to last you the same way. I don't know if there's anything that bulletproof yet, so to avoid looking greasy, you want to make sure that you start off slow and then let your body naturally guide it into like the perfect glow. At the end of all this, you're still going to look a little powdery because you did a lot of baking, particularly in the center of your face. You want to make sure that you get rid of all of that. I don't feel like it disrupts the effort you put into what you just did on your face. I feel like it really just takes away that powdery look. I had two options. I had one that was aerosol, and that's from a Korean brand, and then I had Max Fix Plus, which I use interchangeably. I just wanted to use the aerosol because I figured people would want to see how it works, and I will tell you what the product is down below. Kind of let that dry on my face. I was waving my mirror on there, and then I took my beauty blender and just pounced the rest of the product into my skin, and that honestly was it. There's not really a lot of steps. You don't put a lot of foundation on, you don't put a lot of concealer on, you're not baking your entire face, so you're actually taking away some of your foundation time. I find that this routine is so much quicker than when I'm trying to do a full beat face. Now this is the foundation on. Obviously I have the rest of my makeup done. I love the way it looks. This routine, I'm telling you, if it doesn't work, it's worth a try. Look, I'm not even oily yet, but it definitely looks like I got some glow going on. So that concludes this video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. So again, try out the routine using the products that you guys love, and let me know how it works out for you down below in the comments. I love to read your comments. Again, if you like this makeup look, go ahead and head over to Instagram. Link will be down below. I will list all the makeup beauty products for you there. And if you guys enjoyed this video and have not done so already, go ahead and click the red subscribe button down below. I would really appreciate it, and you'll be notified in your subscription box of new videos when they come out. Till the next video, I hope you guys are all doing well, taking really good care of yourselves. I will see you all next time. Bye.